Broadcasting live from the Brent Morrison Bomb Shelter and Missile Silos in the heart of beautiful downtown Pekin. It's Tuesday Modern! Hello everyone, I'm Evil Bob, your resident head in a box. Special guest for a few moments before we get into the thick of it, Sambo Baggins.
What's up?
How you doing, Sambo? We miss you an awful lot.
Good, I'm gonna be playing soon again.
I hope so. School's just about out, and that means you'll be joining Thursdays, right? Thursdays.
Yeah, Thursdays.
Alright, I guess I can change some of these things up. So we have Chase Shank playing Not a Mountain.
What?
What?
He's playing Not a Mountain?
He's playing Not a Mountain. And Mr. 31 is playing Swine Flu.
What? I'm sorry, what? What?
He's playing the Swine Flu.
I get the joke. Yeah, but...
You know, it's one of those highly infectious diseases. Oh, that's right. We got Mr. Keith Howard also here tonight. Keith. Whoops. Howard. And he's playing Burn. Oh, getting into a chase already starting off at 5 life. That's a bold move. Hope it works out for him.
He feels extra confident in his hand.
Well, against AJ, you know, you're either going to win big or not win at all.
It's
So.
not like life total matters terribly much.
Yeah, the life total is not going to matter. He can be at 1 life. I mean, the only thing that matters in his life total is if he shocks and fetches himself to death at that low a life. But
Hey, Bob's live on Twitch.
Bob is live on Twitch. Bob is live
He's
everywhere.
got informed. The head in the box is worldwide.
You gonna go YouTube too?
I post to YouTube afterwards because the bandwidth is an issue here.
Not garbage.
Okay.
It's complicated, but the broadcast does get shared onto YouTube afterwards.
Because if it was still on as a live stream, I would watch it on my Xbox.
Ah.
Yeah, you could post the videos to Twitch.
That is not Swine Flu. He lied to me.
Is he playing Tron?
He is. It's Red Green Tron.
I mean, it is a sort of flu.
Red, green, flu. Red,
Well,
green,
I call it more
evil.
like the bubonic plague, but smallpox. No, it's not smallpox. Smallpox is bad.
Is it blue? Is it Red Green Tron or is it Blue Tron? It's some kind of
I can
dumb
see
Tron.
him playing Blue Tron because it's hot right now.
I think it's blue. I think it's on Island in his
What
hand.
did he just play? Oh, we might find out.
Well, it's dumb Tron. It doesn't matter what kind of Tron. Oh, it's green. It's Red Green Tron. Yeah. It doesn't matter. It's Tron. It's dumb.
Playing the enemy.
It's dumb, evil stuff.
It is dumb evil stuff, Sambo.
Most these you have to have artifact description to win.
I know John was excited that Blue Tron was making a comeback because of New Karn,
That's
but
the first thing that he said to me today.
The new Karn, I personally think sucks.
why?
I've read it and I've thought of deck possibilities and they all suck.
Well, you also fought tooth and nail against Shockland or Fetchland, so you'll
Yeah.
learn. You'll learn.
My one problem with
I kind of
Fetchlands,
agree with Sambo a little bit. I don't understand the hype for Conquer.
I understand the hype for it.
It's good. It's card advantage, and if you're running artifacts, he can go wide easily.
I just think there's
Yeah.
cards available to win modern.
artifact decks, but in modern that's terrible.
Yeah, really.
Because of how much
I mean,
artifact
yeah.
destruction there is.
What'd I miss? Did Chase go off and win?
I'm sorry, what just happened? I looked away and missed it.
I'm gonna buzz him.
Who won that one?
I chase.
I'm guessing you comboed off what?
Yeah, okay. That's something.
You can get upset about Storm being on camera.
I
That's how
do.
They get eventful and last a little bit longer than that.
I didn't pick Chase.
Okay, fair enough.
I
I'm
mean,
always, on the upside, I'm always down for trying getting the ever-living crap beat out of them.
Storm
I think
has always
everybody
been-
is,
I'm
but
trying to get a hot deck for you on Thursday, bud.
oh, I'm working on something terrible.
I'll play something terrible
white?
after Weenies.
I need a couple Jiraga work haulers. They're the Zendikar multi-kicker elf.
You got another midget coming down.
I see her. Hey.
Why?
Because I've only got one and I need 4. I also need another Strength of Taraju and 2 Comet Storms.
I want to help you because
What exactly are we going with
this
over here?
dumpster fire of the dead. But is this another MTG Goldfish deck, Bob?
No, this is a Bob idea that is just as bad as any MTG
So
Goldfish.
should I not even touch building a deck?
No, build a deck. I don't think I'm gonna have this done for Thursday.
I want to play Bob deck.
Dominaria.
Well, the past couple weeks, month, since the beginning of the year, we'll go back that far. Bob brings a deck, I have to play it.
I want to play Bob
It's
decks,
contractually
so you gotta bring
obligated.
2.
I did go against it one week, but that's because of the Muse. And I went against it.
I need one more of him too.
Okay, now I'm really curious.
Oh, I got one of those dudes. I got one of those dudes that I could let you borrow.
He's slightly warm, guys.
Okay.
Slightly warm.
You could borrow that guy
I
from
think the
me.
fever is sinking in. Are you building a dumb kicker deck, Bob?
Building the dumbest kicker deck.
Is it running Nykthos in it?
No.
What?
Well,
No.
I'm horribly
A
confused.
Bob deck that's not Devotion Nykthos?
I know, but it's kind of mixed between green and red, so it's hard to Nykthos off on that.
More, the Oofies or the Nykthos?
I could use more Nykthoses. I need more Oofies. Chase is searching for tomorrow.
Well, right now, Symbol Baggin, this surprise guest, has to leave.
Sembo Baggins checking out. Always a pleasure to have you, dude. You're always welcome on my mic.
We gotta go eat some nugs.
Yeah. I'll be again soon. It'll be Thursday.
Next Thursday.
Yeah,
Can't wait, buddy. Can't wait. Take
Can't
care,
wait.
dude.
I will. Bye-bye.
Bye.
But I'll get until Sunday. Or Tuesday. I don't get until Tuesday.
So Sambo's out. We're now checking in with the game. Chase looking to get in.
What are you drinking?
Looks like apple juice. Is that apple juice? What is it?
It's orange.
Orange juice. Apple juice is a little too passe. Gotta have that pulp. Sambo checks out. Jarvis checks in.
What up?
Oh.
Time the round. Not really.
Round. No, not rounds. Alright, there it is. We went searching for tomorrow and we found her. And we got Steve out on the board. There's just a lot going on right now.
Generally speaking, this is, unless Tron can get out ahead quick, this is a matchup that's going to favor Chase, because there's not a lot of interaction available here. Blue Tron might have a better shot.
There it is. Hey, Steve. There is no text. I said I received no text. AJ is playing Tron, Damien. That's what's going on. I was informed that he was going to be playing Infect, when in fact, he lied. But he is at 24, and Chase is down to 13, so...
There's a prime time coming down.
There is a prime time coming down. That spells near the end for Mr. 31. No Balaka triggers on the stack. Nothing gets through.
Next turn.
Yeah, next turn's going to be big.
To 24 points going to the face.
AJ scoops it up and gives Chase match number 1. That's unfortunate. So, unfortunately, Mr. 31 goes, Poltrax! What's up, buddy? How you doing? Glad to see you all. Why the dark side? I don't know why AJ's on Tron. I guess he really wanted to lose. That's where I'm at on that.
Isn't Tron very camera shy?
Tron... Well, it knows I hate it, so...
It's like, whenever I see Tron on camera, it does badly.
Which is a good thing for me, I guess. I wish I could say the same for Derp, but... AJ...
Can't fight the derp, you gotta accept it.
No. I will not accept the Derp. No Derp. No Derp none of the time. Not even
Derp.
once.
All the derp, all the time.
Not even once. Not even once. Where the heck is Chase? Chase Shank. Hey, he's 2-2 now on the stream. Good for him.
He broke even.
I got a new budget deck. I want you to check it out and see if it's pretty nice. Where can I find the list for this budget deck, Mr. Poltrox?
Inquiring minds wish to know.
Inquiring minds do wish to know. Wait. Is this Bona Magic or did AJ win that one? Oh my god, what the heck? I preemptively... I hate decks that just win without winning, you know what I mean? It's like,
So we are on game 3. I'm horribly confused.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's game 3. I thought Chase had that one for sure, but I guess AJ dropped something. Okay.
That or we're just playing games for fun.
I don't think this one's for fun. These two don't play for fun. It's Mardu Vampires on Goldfish. I still love the play of the tokens. But this Mardu Vampire seems like I can evolve into a good deck. I can dig that. I can dig that. Let's see here. Let's go ahead. Mardu Vampire. Budget magic time. Playing some Mardu Vampires in Modern. Let's see here. I'll get to the deck list in just a moment. I kind of want to pay attention and not miss who actually wins this game. AJ plays Stir of Echoes, or Ancient Stirrings. Sees Mr. Eugene off the top. Has the mana to cast him next turn if he has a land.
Oh, this is Tron. He casts the mana to test him this turn if he has a land. It'd have to be a tower.
No, it's a stir. Is that an instant? That's the sorcery.
Yeah.
If he had another tower.
If he has another tower, he could play it now.
Right.
He's a thinking.
He is thinking. Oh, that's not a tower. That is... what is that? Oh, it's a Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter. Okay, so 6 mana. He had 1 extra floating. And 22. 20. Chase showing Valakut, which is not a mountain, and Basic Mountain, which is a mountain. Despite how much Chase wants it to be, Valakut is not a mountain. Mad Blind Mountain is a mountain. Valakut is not a mountain.
Just
AJ has Eugene next turn. All he has to do is survive this turn.
that's looking likely.
But a Eugene is not guaranteeing a win at this point because Chase is not relying on Steves or any other permanents on
Eugene
the board
doesn't
right now.
really do a whole lot against Chase.
I know, but Eugene is still a power card. It's still 3 to the face. Chase cheating at the moment. Polling the internet on how to win. AJ untaps and draws. There's that second tower. Ulamog!
Papa Ulamog, that's good.
And that's the game. AJ pulls this victory out. Now I have to readjust all of my...
Well, I asked to make sure that wasn't just a for fun game first, because I'm not entirely sure how this whole thing went down. So basically just asked who has the match. I'm not entirely sure.
So that means AJ 1-2-1, correct?
Okay.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay, Chase goes 1-3 on the year, and AJ goes 13-2. Save. There we go. Okay. Standings updated correctly. Whatza? Okay. Let's take a look at this budget brew from Saffron Olive. Mardu Vampires brought to us April 3rd of this year. Looks predominantly black. Indulgent Aristocrat. 1/1 lifelink. 1. Put a counter on each vampire you control. That's not bad. Vampire Cutthroat. 1/1 Skulk lifelink. Vampire Lacerator. 2/2.
Use a life at meeting each and stuff.
Unless your opponent has 10 or less life. Dusk Legion Zealot. The come and play one-time draw.
The vampire is a visionary.
Yeah. Gifted Aetherborn. Black All-Star. Legion Lieutenant to poop up your vampires. Captivating Vampire to steal threats. Stromkirk Captain. Vampire Lord. And have First Strike. Wow.
He's very nice.
He is very nice. Vampire Nocturnus. That's why it's mostly black. To fuel the Nocturnus. Lightning Bolts terminates caves. Summit. Ruins. Chapels. Reaches. Plains. Vents.
I
Swamps.
feel like this deck needs main deck discard so you don't just lose to combo decks.
You don't just lose to what?
Combo decks. As of this moment, you are completely and totally cold to combo decks.
Unless you can get in on them first. That's what this deck has going for it, is its speed. But yes, discarding could be good. It does have four sideboard duress, so it wants to be a fast combo on the get-go. And if you are up against a combo deck that you need that discard, you can pull it in from your sideboard.
The only thing I'm thinking of is like, if you want to be like a go under combo decks in Modern, you have to be like Affinity or Burn levels of speed. This is not Affinity or Burn levels of speed. This is like probably like a turn 5 aggro kill. If you get a good draw, and they don't have removal.
Right.
Although, you can just... S Storm isn't just like all in on spells anymore. The removal does help a little bit there.
Right. Aetherborn, Vampire Lacerators, 1-drop Vampires, utility cards, wrap up. Ultra budget version, non-budget version goes with Cutthroats, Lacerators, Blood Gas, Zealots, Aetherborn, Lieutenants, Captivating Stormkirk, Fatal Push, Terminate.
Non-budget version basically has more.
Yeah, more direct and a better mana base.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah, it still looks like it's going for the quick kill. And it's still primarily black with a splash of white and red for the lords and sideboard tech, which includes Wear Tears, Fulminator Mages, Anguish and Makings. But again, we're working with the budget version, which I don't know. I mean, at an FNM, shouldn't be too terribly bad.
Reasonable. All right, I'm gonna head up. Maybe I get to play this round.
Yeah, you get to play this round. Let's go ahead and take. Let's put Keith on.
Keith.
Yeah, he came to Pekin, so we're gonna. Let's burn. You know what? Let's see your Wooper friends.
Okay.
Wooper friends.
I'll probably go against Tron and lose horribly, but we'll try.
I mean, you'll at least draw it out.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good deck. Let me mute Mike B. It's a pretty good deck that starts out and seems like it would evolve later to a better deck than what the mono white token deck will evolve into. Mono white tokens, you know, can only go so far, but I mean, it's a fantastic entry level modern deck. That you can always like go up and better. The white token deck would evolve into black white tokens. That's where the modern strength comes in with tokens, is black white tokens, and the modern event deck is a good base of that one that came out in 2015, maybe something like that, 14, 15. But yeah. Yeah, your mono white tokens, that would evolve into adding black to make black white tokens, but if you're not ready for that, then, you know, yeah, there's nothing says you have to immediately rush into it either. And this Mardu Vampires, this is a good way. See, the token deck is your go wide strategy. This vampire deck is to get you familiar with the Zerg tactic. Who is it, Jarvis?
Keith and Alex, John and Jarvis, Dean Sr.
Oh, it's Mr. John. He said it himself. He's going up against Tron, so, you know, let's see here. John. Playing Dummertron. Jarvis is playing Wooper friends. Yeah, and this Mardu Vampires deck, it's Mardu in name alone, because it's black vampires with a splash for assistance, but yeah, it's a black deck. But yeah, it's to get you on that quick aggro deck. The white tokens wants to go wide, which is just attack with so many creatures you swarm them out. And this vampire deck is to keep a constant stream of attackers turn after turn after turn to get them down. And each deck, you know, they are similar in their tactics, but each one does have a flavor that you might like. If you like this Vampires deck, you might really like 8-Whack, or just other similar quick, aggressive attacking decks, which there are several out there. Yeah, I mean it's viable on its own. You can definitely stay mono white and just hold on to that. But like I said, if you're looking to expand it into a more a stronger version of what the white tokens deck is, you go with you splash in black on that and and it just becomes black-white tokens, which hasn't been played strongly in Modern for a while, but it's always a viable threat to any opponent. The only thing you got to watch out for on any token deck is an engineered explosives or Radget bomb on 0, and Eugene, the Spirit Dragon, coming down for 0, wiping out all your colored tokens, or what's the other one? Pyroclasm. Electrolyze. Anything that just deals 1 damage to all of your creatures or 2 damage to all creatures on the board. That's going to be the crux of your fate. And if you get taken out a lot by those kinds of spells, a card you might look into is amulet. Hang on a second, I gotta come up with it. It's white, match it exactly, exclude, type, enchantments, none, dadgummit, okay, hang on, enchantment white, non-combat damage. 0 results. I'm gonna think of this. Okay, I got this. Format. Modern. Prevent all non. Mark of Asylum. It's a rare out of Conflux. It's 1 white, 1 generic mana for an enchantment. Prevent all non-combat damage that would be dealt to creatures you control. So it protects your Weenie Swarm against Pyroclasm, against Electrolyze, against anything that would just wipe them out, aside from direct wrathing or damnations or things like that. Hi! How you doing? Pretty good orange drink? Good. Jarvis at 17. Getting whittled down by E-Tron. Who do you think's going to win? This guy? Well, we've got one viewing member thinking that John's going to pull the win out of this one. Let's find out if he does. Jarvis himself said he doesn't have a very good matchup against Tron, but that was against Red Green Tron, but this is Blue Tron. Thanks for helping me so much. Once you get your sub button on there, I'll sub to see you since you've been helping me out so much. Oh, I thank you very much, Poltrox. That means a lot to me. And yeah, I'm still figuring out the ins and outs of Twitch. I mean, YouTube, I got down. But I just got to get up to a certain level before I can get anything from YouTube. But I just haven't been able to take the time to sit down and learn Twitch and get all of that goofy stuff fixed up. But I'll let you know, and I thank you very much again for that. But back to the action here. We've got Tron assembled several times over, I think, at this point. Boop. And I guess I forgot to do this too. Boom. Jarvis versus Trajan. Why does everybody hate Tron? I noticed a lot of players on Reddit and stuff don't like it. Okay, the problem with Tron. It's for 3 mana, for 3 lands, you have 7 mana. And the more you play out, the more mana it just stacks up. You get to play stupid big things that weren't intended to be played, like Karn Liberated on turn 3. Eugene the Spirit Dragon on turn 4. Not to mention that most of the stuff is colorless, so you have mass amounts of mana to power up a Chalice of the Void for whatever you want it on. Walking Ballistas for whatever you want, how big you want them. Not to mention that you can pull down any of the big Eldrazi Titans for almost no lands. And the Eldrazi Tron version especially, it's just all, you know, it's all the big creatures because there are so many lands, including the Urza lands, which is Tron, and the Eldrazi Temple, which is just more fast Eldrazi mana. All these things, the deck is just so big and so fast. That's why people don't like it, because it has a way of protecting itself and just being so resilient that even if you shut it off for a turn, it's gonna win. It's gonna pick itself back up, just the way it's built. And that's just the Eldrazi version. The red-green version is the one we saw first. It just uses a lot of the mana manipulation to get more of the mana and bigger and other things out. The red-green brings out Primeval Titans to get all the Tron pieces to do all the derpy Tron things. Blue Tron adds counter spells to back up your already stupid big spells that have no right in being played in Modern. But, you know, Tron is a thing, and I hate it with a fiery passion because it's the derpiest thing. It takes no skill to run it. You just have to have 1, 2, 3 lands, and with as many things that are out there to fetch out different lands, you know, the red-green version runs Sylvan Scrying, which lets you just pull a land out of your deck and put it into your hand. Every version of Tron runs the map, Expedition map, which lets you, for 2, search your library for a land and put it into your hand. There are so many ways to consistently get those 3 lands into play that there's not much you can do. Yeah, you can destroy it, you can try to take them off of it, but unless you lock them out, all of your resources are going to stopping this land combination. All the while, they're still building up their land drops because they have a lot of lands in the deck that they're just going to cast this stuff normally while you're trying to stop them from getting a combo piece off. The deck is just, on so many fronts, borderline unfair, that's why I hate it. But that's just my opinion. Tron players are everywhere, just like blue players are everywhere. I think blue is so powerful because it's the balance color, yet the way that it's built, it's the power color. So the people who aren't good enough to play other colors just play blue. Because it takes nothing to play blue. Oh, you have to have timing. You have to know when to counter a spell. Well, that's true for any color. You have to know when to cast your spells. If you don't, then any deck is going to fail. Blue just has the upper hand of counter, bounce, and control. Where, you know, just like people hate people who manipulate other people, I hate colors that manipulate other colors and mana. That's what blue is to me, a big manipulator color. And people love it because they like the source of control, but I just see it as a crutch color. So I'm not saying don't play blue. I'm saying I personally look down on people whose primary color is blue because they're like the vegans of the Magic universe. They think they're better than you are. They're going to let you know they think they're better than you are, and ain't no one going to tell them that what they're doing isn't superior. But that's just my opinion. It's probably wrong. That's just like my opinion, man. But that, to answer your question, that's why a lot of people have a problem with Tron. It's because you count to 7. Can you count to 7? Some people it's hard, so they have to skip a couple numbers to count to 7. It's like I'll fight Tron players with my sliver deck. It's unstoppable. Never won, but never lost. Well, slivers are their own beast. Slivers. Ooh. Slivers have their own special place in hell. Slivers were a mistake, in my opinion, to Magic, and the fact that they brought them back even more powerful in M15, M14, one of those. It's because no longer do they affect every sliver on the board, they just affected your slivers. And that's wrong, because that was the balance of slivers. As you played a sliver to boost up, you were also boosting your opponent's slivers, excuse me. But with the new slivers, they're only boosting you up. But hey, if you enjoy playing with your slivers, that's awesome. As long as everybody at the table is okay with the deck, I just don't want you to be viewed as like, oh, he's playing the sliver deck again. Rotate every now and then. Just keep it honest. That's all I ask, is to keep it honest. When I was a young whipperhead in a box, used to have weekly games, and there was a buddy of mine who turned out to be a real spike, who thought it was super fun to just cram a combo and win on turn 3 instead of having a good time, because that was a good time for him, and it just stopped being fun to play with him. But times change and things move on. The little fun deck I built: Button Root, Sliver, Quick Sliver, Broad Sliver, Ward Sliver, Essence Sliver. Yeah, I mean, they're good. Good old slivers, as long as you're not like cramming like the super uber ones. I would say a sliver deck is balanced as long as it doesn't include a crystalline, because that's just wrong. I'm sure the deck would never win because it's just trash. I put it together. That's fine. I mean, deck building is an art. I'm terrible at building some decks. I am not the greatest at deck building, but then again, I love the most esoteric and derpy cards out there, so that's probably why I'm terrible at this game. John puts down an Ulamog, the ceaseless hunger, and it looks like she ate a land and Elspeth. Looks like Elspeth and Narset got eaten by Ulamog, and now and Ulamog gets tucked thanks to a Terminus. Down to the bottom, Jarvis, I believe, is at 7, and John at 19. I believe this is still game 1. I don't think anything has gone away. But yeah, I've thought about toying around with putting a sliver deck and Modern together, because it's so easy. Make it green-white and just power it through. And besides getting a Modern, I want to get into collecting. Reminds me of when I was young and collected Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I know it's like blasphemy to compare, but my child. But no, I don't think it's blasphemy at all to compare these two games. They're very similar. I've never liked the division. It's like, oh, I play Magic, oh, I play Yu-Gi-Oh. It's like, no. All card games are meant to be played. That's the heart of them. They are a game. And games are good. Whether it be board games, it doesn't matter if you're a card flopper or a dice chucker Everyone should be able to enjoy whatever game they want. I myself still love the World of Warcraft TCG. It's been out of print for a long time now, and I just haven't kept up with Hearthstone, but I like paper in my hands. I really... Kozilek. See, this is what's wrong with Tron. There are... once you hit that threshold, some decks you have to sneak and manipulate a big creature onto the board. Tron just lets you play him turn after turn after turn, and especially with the Eldrazi's, you start off with a 2 mana and a 3 mana and a 4 mana. They just keep going up and up and up, and you've got a nice Eldrazi curve just into just an endless wave of death. I'm 22, so the peak of Yu-Gi-Oh! Was when I was a kid, and I had some really nice cards back in the day, but I gave them away when I got into high school. That's cool. I mean, there's still a big Yu-Gi-Oh! Contingency in this area, especially here at the Zone. I myself don't play it. I had John casting something huge again. It's Emrakul, and Jarvis just scoops to this one because there's no coming back from a hard cast Emrakul. Not Emrakul, just straight up Emrakul. Looking to start collecting Magic, but not sure where to start. Now, when you say collecting Magic, are you looking to collect individual and specific cards to return for an investment years down the road, or are you looking to build a collection of certain cards to enjoy them in your gameplay? Or are you looking to purchase product to sit on so they what's the term, go up in value, appreciate over time, to again sell on the retail market to reinvest into something else? Because collecting has so many terms and meanings, especially when it comes to Magic. Looking to set on cards to sell later down the road. Okay, if that's the case, a hot property right now that people are taking full advantage of is the reserve list. The reserve list is a list of cards that Magic has put onto a list that they say will never be reprinted outside of the original set they were printed in. Now, for a living, live, striving, collective community, this is a good thing for investors and collectors, and a bad thing for people who actually like the game. It's a good thing because that promise says that any of those cards are never going to be printed again. So there is a finite number of that card in the world. And people have started buying up reserve list cards. The dumbest, most mundane rare on the reserve list could get bought out and reposted for hundreds of dollars. Will they get hundreds of dollars? They might get one person to bite on them, but they're also sitting on so much of it that it may not become relevant. Now, the only downside to this is Magic or Hasbro could get rid of the reserve list. The reserve list was a product of Wizards of the Coast, and it ended after Urza's Saga. So Urza's Saga was the last set to have any cards on the reserve list. Any card printed in a set that contained foils, essentially, is not on the reserve list and is open for any reprints at any time. Let me reset life totals. New game. Let's hope Jarvis can pull this one out. We get a game 3. But yeah, just the dumbest of cards are seeing buyouts on the reserve list because they're on the reserve list. And you can find super cheap dumb cards, as long as they're on the reserve list, you know they're not going to be reprinted, so you could just scoop up all of them, sit on them, and then repost them. But like I said, that was a product of Wizards of the Coast. They were bought out by Hasbro in the early aughts, I believe, and I don't know the legalities of the reserve list. I know it's been like a kind of like a show of faith that it's still there. The reserve list sounds like some shoes. The Yeezys, they are great shoes no matter how much you hate Kanye. They are genuinely good shoes and good investment, but it raises the second-hand market so much it went from 200 to 2,000. So bad for people that like shoes, but good for investors. Exactly, and that's what the reserve list is. Cards that were like $1 forever are now seeing jumps to like $75, $80 because somebody bought them out. But yeah, if you're looking to invest in Magic cards, there's a YouTube channel, if you haven't seen it already. It's called Alpha Investments. The guy who runs it name is Rudy. I personally can't stand the guy. His personality grates on me, but I know a lot of people that he offers fairly sound Magic the Gathering investment advice as far as reserve list buying, product purchasing, what's a good buy to sit on, what's a good buy to avoid. So if you're looking after, very over cocky. I mean, this guy is beyond cocky, but if you can get past his personality, he actually has a lot of good ideas and sound investment advice as long as the status quo stays where it is. He is a very second-hand market kind of thinker, and the reason I don't like him is he is all about the money aspects of the game and not so much for the playability of the game. I believe this game should be open and available for anybody to play at all levels. That's why I would say do away with the reserve list, print everything into oblivion, and rely on product to sell your product. But that's just me. But the secondary market also keeps shops open and like local game stores operating, so it's a double-edged sword. But I also say that there are tons of cards that are not on the reserve list that still hold a high price regardless of how many times they're printed, and are always going to be a high price. Case in point, Jace the Mind Sculptor, Liliana the Veil, Liliana the Last Hope, and Tarmogoyf, just to name a few. I know you want to play, and see, that's the problem, is like if you get these really good cards, you would want to keep them in pristine order. You wouldn't want to play with the cards you're investing in. But that's where the collection comes in. You have your playing cards, and then you have your investments. And the investments are like your rainy day slush fund. It's your CD, it's your Roth IRAs, it's what you just set aside to appreciate in value. It's the gold you buy for when a gold spike happens. But yeah, I would check out Alpha Investments, see if it's your cup of tea. It's not for me, mostly because I don't have that kind of cash flow to invest in the Magic cards, but I still enjoy playing the game. Jarvis is putting up a much stronger game too here. Got the Dampening Sphere and Stony Silence down. That's going to maybe slow John down, but not too very much. But Dampening Sphere means more spells, or each spell costs more to play, which can hurt Jarvis in the long run, because he can't just opt without emptying his mana pool. But it's also gonna hurt John because now his Tron lands tap for 1 colorless each. And yeah, Magic has some of the greatest artworks in the world. Honestly, in the world. In fact, my background card I got here tonight for May Flowers, this is the Lotus Veil. It's a power card, or it was a power card, but now it's just got beautiful artwork. I love Magic art. There's some of the best art in Magic out there. John goes for a thought knot, but that gets logic knotted. Thought knot into logic knot. Knots. So many knots. So many knots going on. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean... yeah, I know Alpha Investments. I hate the guy. Yeah, I hate him too. But like I said, his information is actually viable. It's just terrible. It comes from such a horrible source. See, Jarvis now in control. John has to find a way to get rid of... Yeah, dampening sphere. Yeah, that's what did I not say dampening? I say so many words for that card. It's like dampening, softening, something, damping. I pulled 2 of those at pre-release with my... Good lord. I don't want to talk to you no more, Voltrox. Your pull luck is too lucky. You're like Sambo. Sambo Baggins has incredible pull luck. He got a... He pulled a... or he got a like a Black Friday pack, or not Black Friday, but Showdown pack, I think they are. I don't remember, but they were packs that were given out for tournaments or whatever. He pulled 2 expeditions out of them, and I know there was 2 Karns, 2 dampening spears, 2 history, or a history Bedalia. Man, you're so lucky. So lucky. Ugh. To ferry down, Jace the elephant in the room hits play. See, with every set, I try to get a box. And I don't play a lot of cards immediately out of that pack, or out of that box, but I sit on them. And by sitting on them, I've seen so many cards from so many mundane sets just jump up in price because a combo came out. Heritage Druid was one of those cards out of Alara that just skyrocketed because Elves was a thing. Noble Hierarch jumped huge because it was only printed once and it is a staple piece in a couple decks. But yeah, I mean, I just sit on them. What is it? You'll never know what common or uncommon is just gonna jump in price unexpectedly. But that's why I always try to keep an inventory of at least 1 box and 1 fat pack from every set. And on occasion I'll buy a pack or 2, but after that, if I don't get what I'm looking for for my play collection, that's why I buy the individual cards. But I still have those reserves because I get bugs up my bum all the time about I kind of want to play this derpy deck, or I kind of want to put this kind of mechanic deck together. So I just pull out those sets and start thumbing through them and piecing together. It's like, okay, I needed these random uncommons or these random commons. And instead of having to order them or track them down, I already have them in my set. So I just pull them out and play them, and they're just at my disposal. But again, that's me. And yeah, opening packs is the best, isn't it? The Whooper friends come on board. Jarvis definitely in solid control of this game, even though 1 mana cost spells are locked down thanks to the Chalice of the Void. So many hiccups. I hate the hiccups. John has a Void. Is that a Void Winnower or an Oblivion Sower? I think I think that's an Oblivion Sower. Let me double check. Yeah, that's an Oblivion Sower. When you cast Oblivion Sower, target opponent exiles the top 4 cards of his or her library. You may put any number of lands from that player owns from exile on the battlefield under your control. So it's a 5/8 for 6 manas. But he's dead. Good job, Jarvis. Good job. John, crack a fetch. Getting into play untapped. Shocking. See, every once in a while, John will also look to Saffron Olive for some inspiration, and the last Olive deck he put together was the Eldrazi Resonator. That was a fun deck. Do I keep a database of my cards or just have them all in a box or something? I have them all in a box or something. I have them in individual boxes by set. So I have, each box contains a set of cards. So all of my Dominaria is in one box. All of my Rivals of Ixalan is in one box, and it goes all the way back, all the way back. The only ones that I have merged together are all of my white bordered cards are in 2 boxes or 1 double wide box, and some of my older sets. So my Dark Legends, Arabian Nights. Dark Legends, Arabian Nights, and Antiquities are all in their own box. Everything else, and a couple, I fell out. I keep falling, or I used to fall out of Magic for a little bit. When Mirrodin was a thing, I didn't buy too much Mirrodin. I also didn't buy too much Lorwyn or the original Ravnica. So those blocks I have in their own box. Yeah, it would. I mean, it's 36 packs of fun. $36 packs, and now with the fat pack containing 10 boosters? 46 packs of fun? Hey Jarvis, what happened?
Don, talking to Jace.
Okay. Okay, John back. Four. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 manas. All is dust. Negated. Well, there goes an idea for John. Jarvis getting close to just ultimating out. Really close to an ultimate Narset. Your opponent can't cast non-creature spells, which eventually isn't all that bad for John, but still pretty bad for any deck. Constantly using Jace just to brainstorm. Jace. Field of Ruin to take out the tower. Jace going for an Island. John getting Nothing. Failed to find. Another Field of Ruin to take out another tower, just in case John happens to get around the dampening sphere. Jarvis looking to tick up Teferi. Casting Gideon, ally of Zendikar, putting a 2/2 knight into play. Using Teferi to untap those two. John untaps, reveals power plant. This is a super long match, but that's what we wanted. Like I said, Jarvis may lose this in the long run, but he's going to bring it down. Bring it down, break it down all around. And John scoops it up. Jarvis gets back into this game with a victory of his own. Thank you for sharing, Poltrox. I think my life is enriched having that knowledge in my brain. Let's see here. Keith Howard. Do what?
You know time?
Hell no. Oh. Okay. Definitely Q. Our booster boxes, even in the order sets, right around the $40. Booster boxes are around the $100 mark. Usually, I mean, you can find them online for sometimes like 80, 85, but no, like most local game shops sell them for 100. That way they make some profit and they're able to stay in business. But oh, the fat packs. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I was like, whew, you got a line on 40-hour boosters? Yeah, hook me up, man. Yeah, fat packs. Yeah, I think they're right around the $40 mark now. The older ones, depending on the older one, some are just stupid expensive, like World Wake. World Wake fat packs are expensive because that's where Jason the Mind Sculptor's in. Any set that has like a money card in it is gonna be expensive to buy. And the older you get, or the older your set gets, you know, they're just gonna get more expensive. I mean, unless the set is just dubbed absolute garbage. But I think Fat Packs, like the way we know them, started at around Lorwyn, I think, is when we started getting the box. The box that to hold them in, you know, the decorative box, and they were a 2-box set that had like artwork that mashed together. It's pretty cool. But I think the Fat Pack started with maybe Mercadian Masks, and it was like 6 packs, the book, a visual guide, spin down die. What's a good site to buy or order Fat Packs from? Any site that you can find them. Channel Fireball, Star City, Cool Stuff Inc., TCG Player, Trollin' Toad, eBay, Mass Drop. Sometimes Miniature Market will have some. But yeah, Amazon. It just depends on who's selling them and for what. But yeah, like consistent Fat Pack and orderings like that. Star City, Cool Stuff, Channel Fireball, the big Magic sites. TCG Player, Trollin' Toad. But like the new stuff, Mass Drop will get deals because they buy like big bulk boxes, and then they are stuck with them if they don't sell them. So they usually give like really good deals. Hey, Scott. Graced momentarily by the presence of Mr. Kenny Bovon. I guess I can reset live totals back up to 20. And Jarvis is also at 20. What's neat about some local game stores is like the Zone is amazing that Scott will carry a couple different language versions of each set that comes out. Like I think he always gets Japanese, Russian, Korean, and Chinese. What? Oh, you stopped getting Chinese? Oh, they stopped making it? Oh. But Russian, Korean, and what? And Japanese. I think they're $1 more to get them in those languages, and but they're on hand here. So, you know, a buddy of mine bought a pack, and he pulled himself a Korean Tesha, and he gifted that to me. That was so very nice of him. She's my Brawl commander for my Tesha. Huh? I don't want to hear that. Foil Korean? Foil Japanese Lyra. That's how we learned about Magic. The guy I went to study in South Korea brought his Magic cards and showed me about it. That's beautiful, man. I mean, that's what's great about Magic. It's available all over the world in 6 languages. 30? No. But yeah, I mean, it's great, you know. And this year, to try to get back into the Chinese market, they're releasing specific Planeswalker dual decks. think Jarvis is going to be able to take this one into Victory Town. He's already down to 6. John's still standing tall at 20, but he has something stupid and a matter reshaper on the board. This is not looking good for Jarvis, although looks like a Terminus is going to buy him some time as he's sitting under a Search for Escanta and a Dampening Sphere now. Buy him a little bit of time. I don't think it's going to give him a game, but we can hope. Oh boy. You are, I do have to say, you are a very fascinating individual, Poltrox. Bowling champion, college all-star, got a good life goal ahead of you. Speak Korean, learn magic through friends. Yeah! I believe my stream is more cultured thanks to your presence. Searching for Escanta, using to activate it, goes for the Stony Silence to help lock down it even more. Don't let anybody tell you you're not fascinating, because my God, man, you are super fascinating. Jarvis, opting to the bottom, draws that card. Plays land for turn. Trying to find some amount of planeswalkers, probably a Gideon to keep him going. Hey, don't worry, man. The beards will come. I mean, it takes me a while to get mine going, but I mean, what can I say? It fits me. Not having a body, it's about all I got. Hey! Jarvis found Gideon. This game might turn around now. I thought about attacking with Gideon, then thought otherwise. Oops. Okay. John, Oblivion Stone on the board. Jarvis, did the Stony Silence get countered? Gideon of the Trials is very, very good. I like it a lot. I want to build a Gideon.deck, but there's so many other decks I want to build in front of it. Right now I'm working on a terrible kicker deck. I also want to build White-Green Warriors, White Knights, Gideon.deck, and a Esper artifacts based on Teshar. And I believe that's going to be rounds. Possibly, maybe. Has it been 20 minutes? I don't know if it's been 20 minutes. Uh-oh. Chalice goes away. Looks like the Oblivion Stone got on. Oblivion Sower comes back. Search for Escanta. Oh no, comes into play. He gets the 4 lands. And it's going to get Logic Knotted. Can't be countered. It's an Eldrazi. We are on turns at this time. Turn 1. Whoops. Can somebody get this done? Gideon of Trials ticks up to stop the Osower from doing damage. Gideon ally of Zendikar coming down to make Knights to block it out. Jarvis passes turn 2. This is exciting. Reality Smasher swinging in and attacking Gideon of the Trials. Gideon goes down the 1 thanks to the soldier. They do get 5 turns. Matches are 50 minutes ish. And then at the end of time, they are given 5 turns to get it done. Jarvis on turn 3 goes with the Supreme Verdict. See, firing up both Gideons for the attack. Getting in for 7. Oh, John goes down to 7. I missed some damage somewhere in there, but this is rough. This is rough. We on turn 4. Osower, you get 2 more lands. Terminus swings in. Gideons for the beatdown. Wow. We saw one Tron deck win. We saw one Tron deck lose. Whew, that was good. That was good. Wow. At this point, I think I'm going to leave it up to you, Poltrox. What do you want to see? Do you want to see the Wooper Friends again? Do you want to see this Tron deck again? Do you want to see the other Tron deck again? Do you want to see that Mountain combo deck? Burn? What do you feel like watching?
Who do you want on camera?
I'm deciding. Give me a second. Put Keith up, please. And it looks like it's Jarvis versus Keith, so we're going to see Wooper Friends take on Burn. Fan selected Keith and his Burn deck.
What'd you say?
The people demanded Keith and his Burn deck. Oh, very good, very good, very good. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of... Let's see, it's not John no more. Get rid of the victories. We got to add Keith up. Media files. Do, 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 do. Well, Jarvis is Burn the one that runs Grape Shot, or is that that's actually Storm. Burn is red, a lot of times coupled with white and or white or green. It's just a whole bunch of fast, direct damage spells. You burn down your opponent. That's what Burn is. I think you're in for a treat on this one. I actually like Burn. It's considered bottom tier for as far as like skill, so it's shunned, but it's mostly shunned by the blue player, so it doesn't matter what they care. I like Burn. I think it's quick. I think it's fascinating, and I think it's here for a good match, especially against a counterspell. So, Lightning Strike. No, lightning. What is Lightning Strike? Lightning Strike. No, this is actually too slow. 2 mana for 3 damage. That's not good for Burn. They own Lightning Bolt, which is 1 mana for 3 damage, and Rift Bolt, which is suspend 1 mana for 3 damage, and Lava Burst. No, Lava Spike, which is 3 damage for 1 mana. There's a lot of really good direct damage 1 mana 3 damage spells. Damn, I got a whole wrong idea of Burn then. No. Lightning Strike is definitely a good, like, I'm not going to say budget because there's not really too expensive of burn spells. I'm just saying that there are better burn spells out there, especially in Modern. Now, if you're trying to build burn in Standard, yes, Lightning Strike is going to be top tier in that because it's 3 damage for 2 mana. But in the Modern side, we have Lightning Bolt, and like I said, Rift Bolt, Lava Spike. They're all 3 damage for 1 mana. So, nope, not wrong at all. Just not quite informed. And that's the difference between uninformed and dumb. And I don't think by any stretch of the imagination that you are dumb, Poltrox. On the contrary, you are, I feel, a very highly intelligent person, aside from the fact that you prefer basketball over baseball. But again, you live in a baseball void, so I'm not going to blame you. I guess I need to put life totals back up because those are relevant. Burn also relies on quick, fast creatures like Goblin Guide, which is 2/2 for 1 mana with haste, and Swift Spear. I'm blanking on the first name. Monastery Swift Spear. She's a 1/2 with haste for 1 with prowess, so. It was too slow for me, but I foresee the passion for it. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I think I like baseball because it's a game that requires the team to function to bring a victory, and you can't just have that one superstar. I mean, that one superstar can definitely impact the game, but he can't win the game. It still takes a team of defense and many players to bring forth that victory. Joining us in the booth is Danzy. How's it going, Danzy?
It's going good. How's it going, Mr. Bodyless Ninja?
It's going great. Just chilling out with my good buddy Poltrox here.
Oh yeah, what's up, Poltrox?
He got into Magic when he was learning Korean. His instructor brought his Magic cards, which were in Korean, to show him like how the game was played. And
nice.
It's like really awesome. So I explained that, you know, it's like a lot of LGSs, especially right here at the zone. Scott goes out of his way to make sure we have Russian, Japanese, and Korean Magic cards if we so chose.
Yeah, he kind of bogarts all the Chinese for himself.
Well, he says he can't get them anymore. Well, I know.
He has his ways of getting.
Oh, I know he has his ways of getting them, but Jarvis starting out with an opt.
They make him in simplified Chinese. They make him in simplified Chinese, not true traditional Chinese.
Right. Nobody speaks traditional Chinese anyway.
Nope.
I bet that was frustrating. You needed to get yourself a ringer. Oh, you were the ringer, that's right. Okay. Jarvis down to 9 life. Meow. Oh, I guess I can update all this other stuff too. Keith. Keith on Burn. Not John on Dummertron.
Whooper friends.
Whooper Friends.
Whooper friends.
Because it's blue-white.
Yeah.
Super Friends, so it's Whooper Friends.
Yeah.
I told him he could keep that. I'm great at naming things.
Are you?
Yeah, because, like, 5-color humans, that's boring. I got 5-hued humans. Or I can build 5-hued mens. That's it. I like that.
5-hued mens?
5-hued mens.
That sounds like something you find in the back room at a video store.
It's hued mens.
5 huge mens.
5 huge mens.
5 huge mens.
It's like Mr. Huge Ackman. That's an Eidolon of Revelry. It's gonna cause severe burns to people who like to play little spells. Much like blue-white control. You know, when I was in Korea, I believe there was a pre-release event there, and my friend went. It was during July of 2007. I don't know what set that would have been, though. July of last year was... No.
Amonkhet?
Amonkhet, yeah.
I believe it was Amonkhet.
Yeah. Yeah, because the first set, which would have been the spring set, was Aether Revolt. And then the summer set was the first big set. Yeah, it was with Amonkhet. Amonkhet, summer last year. So, I was looking, and I couldn't find any absolute changes. So, the fact that they've announced that Ravnica, the Return to Ravnica, is going to be 3 sets. They're all large sets.
Yeah, they're fairly large.
Yeah, well, not fairly. They are large
Are
sets.
they the 350 sets again?
Well, I mean, I didn't see any change from the March 2017 release that Morrow said that they were overhauling the design to that Hour was the last small set, and from then on it'll be 3 large sets and 1 small core set each year.
yeah.
So, that being said, because I couldn't see any articles or releases saying otherwise, yep, Keith got there, could not play spells, Jarvis gets shut down, and that is how Burn wins.
Yeah, I don't know about the Return to Ravnica.
I don't like it. I don't like that we're going to spend 3 large sets on there, even though they said that each large set isn't going to be connected like a block, because they're not blocks. There's no more blocks. They're just going to spend 3 large sets on Ravnica, which each large set will be drafted by itself, and each set will have could have overflow some mechanics, but each set will have its own set of mechanics.
Okay.
But that's what they've said, because it's in keeping with the 1 large set for every set to release. You know, just because they announced we're staying on 3 sets on Ravnica doesn't mean that it's a block, because I read through that. Also, because this was all from Metamorphosis 2.0 that came out last March, posted by Mr. Mark Rosewater. It also said that starting in 2017 and through 2018, they understand that the Gatewatch are the primary protagonists, but they will not be featured all that much on Planeswalker cards, predominantly staying to the dual decks. And after I read that, I went through a cursory list of Gatewatch and non-Gatewatch, and I kind of count the whole Vraska, Tezzeret, and Bolas as Gatewatch because they're Gatewatch primary. But even if you take them out, there's a ton of Gatewatch, and the only non-Gatewatch, you had Samut, you had Korgoth. Is that his name, Korgoth? The Minotaur? Teferi, Karn, and Jaya, and Huatli.
Yeah.
You had 2 separate Huatlis, and yeah, and
You have the one Dino one too.
yeah, Huatli.
Okay. Watley.
Huatli Radiant Champion, Huatli Warrior Poet.
But I doubt the Watley's gonna make a move to.
Well, no, but I'm saying is
Further
like
along.
they said that the Planeswalker cards that would be released in 17 and 18, the Gatewatch would be on the minimal side, and they outnumbered the non-Gatewatch Planeswalker cards
Well,
that came out. I was kind of got a giggle on that one.
The fan theory, and I believe part of the storyline that they've released angles, which it angled towards going to Phyrexia, but they're not going there. But it kind of angled toward. I read a little bit of it. I haven't sat down and read it all. But it kind of leads towards the Gatewatch actually being gone this time around.
Yeah, they said
And
the
never,
article did
like,
say that.
like the Gatewatch actually dying.
Yeah.
Now, whether it is speaking of the Gatewatch itself and those Planeswalkers will still be around, or if it's speaking of the Planeswalkers themselves actually dying in the storyline.
Well,
Which that would mean that we're losing the big 3 of Jace, Liliana, and Gideon.
well,
'Cause
honestly,
Gideon's part of the Gatewatch now. And
honest,
Chandra is, and I mean,
well, Gideon was part of the Gatewatch. Do you mean Teferi?
is Teferi part of the Gatewatch now?
Well, he has an oath.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
So does a Johnny.
yeah.
But
I mean, yeah, it's about time to move along from the Lilianas and the Jaces.
I know Jay sells, but they'll find another spokesman.
But
there'll be another phase.
a Venser that does Jace type abilities is going to sell as a Jace would be just because of what it does. That's why Karn is selling right now, because he is Jace-like. And that's one thing that a lot of people will not admit to is New Karn is very Jace-like. He is 4 mana, he is card draw, he is card play. Yeah, he puts out an artifact, but whatever. He is card draw and card play for free. I mean, that's what Jace does.
Right.
Jace either lets you brainstorm, he lets you factor fiction, or he lets you draw cards.
Right.
So, I mean, Karn is where Jace should be right now. I think the only Jaces that we have right now are Shirtless Jace and the dual deck Jace that does nothing.
Right.
Except let you draw a couple cards here or there and really has no ultimate.
But I mean, yes, New Karn. We
New
know you have 2 of them Poltrox. You got them in your pre-release pack next to your 2 dampening spheres and your was it History of Benalia. We understand you got two Karns.
I did hear a crazy story about this person having 2 Karns.
2 Karns out of his pre-release pack.
Did he?
He did. That's why they call him 2 Karns Poltrox.
Yeah. That's what you should name his change his name to.
2 Karns.
2 Karns.
2 Karns. I'm gonna call you that. I'm gonna call you that from now on. 2 Karns.
2 Karns, 1 Poltrox. Don't you love it when I stop by, Bob?
Really do. Oh, I really do.
We're coming up with all kinds of video names.
What's up? Got a squishy cupcake?
Is it super squishy?
It is super squishy.
It looks like it is.
Looks like a good cupcake. I could go for a cupcake.
I really could too.
Sounds like the rapper. No, it is definitely. See, you're only 22, so you probably don't get that reference.
Oh no.
For the best.
I'll send you a link, Poltrox. You can be forever ruined, as the rest of us are.
That's true.
The head in the box is going through a range of emotions right now because he's having flashbacks.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's my weekend fun right there.
Well, fair enough.
I pull up the video and, woo, smooth sailing. Got my big old bowl. Get my big old bowl of chocolate ice cream ready.
Ice cream.
You were just talking about 2 carns. I got you. That's a giant cupcake. Ah, cupcake! Ah! What? I see that. Your tongue is blue. You've been eating that cupcake?
Fair enough.
That'll do it. How are you at 21? You've been attacked. Think we all seen that video at least 3 times. You lost a tooth? When did you lose a tooth?
Timely reinforcements, Bob.
Oh, so the tooth fairy's probably going to come tonight, or did it come last night?
It comes on the other Thursday.
Came last Thursday? Did you get? How much did you get for it?
$3.
$3? Good Lord, tooth inflation got high.
I'm gonna take a tooth out. Oh, the life gain was timely.
Yeah, I
reinforcements
heard
with creatures.
you.
I didn't know.
And he's back down to 15.
Yes. Oh, there's a path to exile.
Path to exile.
To keep old Snappy Snap alive. I think you're right, Poltrox. I think we all have seen that video at least 3 times.
Yeah.
Once unintentionally, and 2 other times just to make sure we really saw what we
At
think we saw.
least 3 times.
Because the process goes watching that video, and then you like shut the lid of your laptop, you try to move on to do something else, and you're like, is that really what I saw?
Don't hit it. Don't hit it.
And then you go back and watch it again.
Think it deserves a Grammy. Oh. Oh, you're still on 2 Chainz.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I
My
don't
homie-
think we're talking about the same video.
My homie Kendrick got some Grammys. We can talk, or Billboard Awards. We can talk about that if you want. If he's looking for a subject change.
Minosk. Oh, okay.
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 Unless he's
All right.
talking about Grammys as in grandmas, then I don't know what you're into, Poltrox. That's not me. That is not me, dude.
So what do you think about Arena Rector?
Arena Rector, fill me in, Bob.
Isn't that what he is? Arena Rector?
I have been out of the loop.
Ooh, buddy. It was. Good Lord, Battle
What's
Bond
it
is coming
spoiled?
out.
Oh, Battle Bond?
Yeah, it's Battle Bond. It's white.
Oh no. Poltrox says, hey guys, I got a story.
This better not be about 2 cards in a pre-release pack. Arena Rector, 4 mana, 1/2. When it dies, search or exile it. Search your library for a planeswalker. Put it onto the battlefield.
When it dies, exile it. Okay, so we have our Planeswalker Rector.
We have a planeswalker Rector now.
And it's going to be legal in Vintage and Legacy.
Legacy, yeah. And Commander. It's mythic, so it's not
And
it's not pauper.
Rosewater still has a job.
Nobody cares about vintage or legacy.
Have we checked his status?
Nobody cares about vintage or legacy. Good lord, there's another massive.
I saw land tax was in there doubling season.
Yeah, I saw doubling season. I didn't see land tax yet.
Oh, did you see the
Bigger. True name Nemesis.
the?
That's hot.
Yeah, True Name Nemesis is in
Oh,
there.
there's
Land
land
tax. Some.
Is it new art? Don't be new art. Chandler's Pimp. Chandler. Oh, they don't even have art for it. Come on. Land tax. Land tax. Land tax. I think I broke it.
Like, I have not been able to sit back and watch the spoilers or look at spoilers at all.
Why?
I just
You're not going to be my
time
buddy?
Bob. I will. It's
I went
just-
to Sam's Club the other day and the door greeter was giving me a cart and he told me a joke. What do you call an extraterrestrial life that lands in Nevada? Hang on. Let me think about that.
an extraterrestrial life that lands in Nevada. Don't tell us.
Lost. Is it Lost?
Yeah, I don't have a guess.
That's mine. Lost.
This isn't a story. This is a joke.
It's still even. It's the story is I
yeah.
went to Sam's and a
A
renovator,
renovator.
renovator,
A renovator.
a renovator. That's cute. That's cute. Because Lost is the punchline to one of my favorite bear jokes.
Yeah.
It's what do you call a grizzly bear in the North Pole? Lost.
He's lost.
Well, that was that?
The match, I believe.
I believe so.
I don't know. Keith may be sideboarding in more. Yeah.
Oh, or is he?
He's sideboarding back in lightning bolts. Those were lightning bolt, or maybe a searing blaze.
Is this game 3 or did Keith win that?
Game 3.
Wow. Jarvis pulled it out. Grats to you, man. Super grats to you. So, do you think... You gotta close that door. You gotta close the door. So, do you think Ben went back and watched the November 7th episode to find out what's going on with...
I don't know. I'm not too sure. We could ask him.
We could. I also informed him that his new name is Ms. Jackson.
Yeah. How did he like that?
He wasn't too like understanding on why. I was like, well, because you're nasty. And I also renamed his stompy deck Gimme a Beat. If old people don't work at Sam's, ain't nobody gonna work at Sam's, and old people ain't gonna have a job. So you might as well let old people work at Sam's. All they can do is hold out or hand out cards and check your receipt. I like the people greeter. I just wish they wouldn't age discriminate.
And tell you dad jokes and...
Yeah, I mean, they're a great source of dad jokes, especially if you get one that likes you. I am a glut of horrible dad puns, and my specialty is cow jokes.
It is. I've heard many of cow jokes.
Many a cow jokes. And whenever I get a new cow joke, I like to add it to my repertoire because, I mean, I only got like 30 of them, so... And every once in a while, the muse will pipe up with a new one and be like, have you heard this one? It's like, oh, that's good.
That's good. So, I stumble across things on Facebook.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's sometimes intentional. You know, Facebook has this thing where you can get lost on it now. And like you click to watch a video, and it has a series of videos below it, and you kind of scroll and watch videos. You're sitting there pooping, and you end up pooping for like 45 minutes because you're watching videos.
Well, I poop for 45 minutes because that's how long it takes.
Pretty much, yeah. But I mean,
Poltrox poops whenever it feels like it. often in the middle of the stream is just like, oh, gotta poop, and just off he runs.
That's awesome. I think me and this Poltrax guy will get along great.
Except he lives in Oklahoma, so you
Well,
got to go out there
Poltrax-
you guys got to bond over basketball or bowling.
Oh, we can't. Are you
I mean, he
And
also
okay.
plays Magic, so
an OKC fan? Because if you are, I'm not coming out there. We're not gonna get along.
I don't remember where he said.
I'm not gonna tell him who I'm a fan of until he throws his out there. But back to my subject. So,
Anyway, you're pooping and you're watching videos.
I'm pooping. I'm watching videos, and I come across this series that I believe is only on Facebook, and it's a series called Dad Jokes,
Okay.
and it's kind of like two celebrities, usually relevant for
Okay.
a movie that's coming out or
Okay.
something else. What else am I going to be a fan of? So I'm assuming that's a yes on the OKC thing. But, so I came across this like webisode thing of dad jokes.
Uh-huh.
And it's like two celebrities that happen to be in a movie or a TV show coming out.
Field
or
of
something
Ruin
like
taking
that.
out the something or other. Oh,
He
is
has
that
a
an Arch
lot
of
of-
Orozco?
He has a lot of lands.
Is that an Arch of Orozco? In a burn?
No,
back?
that's the shrine.
Oh.
The artifact shrine thing.
Oh, okay. Even though OKC is the biggest appointment of 2018.
Alright. But
Anyway, dad jokes.
so
pooping.
it's like try to make the other person laugh. You win
Right.
if you make them laugh the most.
Right.
And it is full of the most fantastic dad jokes I've ever heard.
Oh, that's
Like-
awesome.
I subscribe to it. I get a notification on my phone. Hey, Dad Jokes has a new episode. I'm like, time to poop. I'm at work. Anywhere. I don't care. I see that. I'm like, it's time to go poop. I gotta watch this. That's fine. That's fine.
Narset, you gotta kill that. That will shut you down, Keith. Kill it while she's up.
I'll tell Poltrax that, and it's stupid that I have to defend myself on this, but I've been a fan since back in the day, and people at work call me Danny Tanner because I've been a fan of the team for a while, and it's definitely Golden State, and I'm happy to see them tearing it up.
Okay.
But I mean, I knew he was an OKC fan, and Golden State stole one of their star players a couple years ago. So I wanted him to say he was an OKC fan first. That's pretty cool that he's in Oklahoma.
It is.
Was he from around here? I know you've talked to him quite a bit.
No,
Just- he's
he
been in
found
Oklahoma?
he found me.
That's Cupcake. Cupcake KD is carrying us right now, so is Steph, so I'm okay with it. I'll take him. Push it a button.
Push the button for it.
Is your bag full? Nope.
No.
Did you get a shiny Charizard, Bob?
I got 3.
I'm so happy for you.
I got 3. None of them are good. Decent at best.
I think my highest is a 78%.
My best one I got was strong. I did not get any Wonder Charizards or Charmanders.
I got 2.
Did not get any.
296%.
But yeah, it was a disappointment for me. However, super happy for the June one. Larvatars.
I'm on the fence.
What do you mean on the fence for Larvatars? Are you insane?
Okay, would you like to hear my defense of it?
You can try.
Dragonite, Ampharos.
Yeah.
We're never and are never going to be raid bosses. T-Tar has always been a raid boss. That's my defense in it.
I haven't seen him in raids though.
T-Tar is
Is
yeah,
he?
he's a level 4 raid boss.
Huh.
And he has been for a while. Like, I have a lot of T-Tars. So I'm not excited about that. Yeah, I'm excited about getting a lot of candy and powering up my T-Tars.
Right.
I'm very excited about the 3 times experience for catching Pokemon that day. Any Pokemon.
Oh, really?
Any
Oh, that's
Pokemon.
nice.
So you lucky egg that you're getting 4.5 times experience. I'm very excited about that. Not for raids, just for
Right.
catching.
But I mean, there's a lot of people who haven't gotten a T-Tar though.
Yeah, I agree. And there's a lot of people that play that can't go out
Right.
and battle raids all the time, and I understand that.
Uh,
And
to answer your question, Poltrox, I don't discriminate against music. Music is a very subjective style, or very subjective art. I used to be like, I don't like that music, and then then I was like, you know what? My style of music, people don't like my style of music. The Muse says my style of music is internet music. That I like. Huh?
He's not happy, so I'm not saying other.
No, I mean it's a very good description though. Internet music. It's like what things that pick up. I like I like video game music. I like filk. I love parodies. I love like Weird Al is definitely my favorite artist. It's sad that he's only known as a parody artist to most people. His original compilations are fantastic.
yes, sir.
I'm sad that he doesn't get more play, especially on Sirius. 80s on 8, 90s on 9 could really benefit from having Weird Al on their stations, but he's relegated to an occasional song of like Dr. Demento levels on Comedy or Laughs USA or like one of the comedy stations. So big fan of hard rock, metal, but I love everything classical, indie, rap, whatever. It's like they're every music kind, and the Muse gets mad at me because I will replace words of songs, and she takes it as a dig on disrespecting her music, but I do it to all music. And in the background at home, we will put on music choice, especially like the Urbana or Tropicale or the Mexican, like just background music. And whew, there are some good songs on there. It's like one, it sounds right up like a pumped up version of Little Drummer Boy. And Jarvis won.
Yeah, Jarvis wanted.
And the other one is like I call it the barnyard song. It's like guy talking like it's like it's like bak 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 bak. That's what the chickens say. Bak bak
Oh
bak
my
bak,
God.
Bak 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 bak.
Can you send me a link to the song, please? I must hear it. Okay. Thank you. On a side note, and we're speaking of music.
Yes.
You leaving, Jarvis?
Getting ready to.
Okay.
But Jarvis pulling out 2 victories tonight. Very good for you, sir. Very good for you.
Am I up to even yet, or am I still
You're 2 down.
2 down?
2 down. You are 6 and 8.
So, people that know me and that I've expressed my musical likings to and my musical dislikes to know that I have a very, very fondness for what this genre is called emo punk music. I enjoy me some Fall Out Boy, Paramore, Panic at the Disco,
My Chemical Romance.
My Chemical Romance, Hawthorne Heights,
I
Brand
like
New.
Welcome to the Black Parade. That's a
I
very good song.
like a lot of that style of music. To put it lightly, the Danzy has had a terrible, terrible past couple of days.
I'm sorry.
I'm digging through a lot of stuff, working it out, whatever. Last night, I get a notification from YouTube,
Okay.
and it's telling me, hey, a band that you've subscribed to has posted a new video. They're on my top 5 bands I want to see live, and I
Okay.
never thought I would be able to see them live. I click on the link. I listen to the song. I'm like that little, 5-year-old Danny that got Mario Brothers 3 for Christmas from Santa. And I'm freaking out and like having this, oh my god, NSYNC put out a new song, little fangirl, like going insane at my desk. And then I'm like, hey, new song. Maybe this band's going on tour sometime soon.
Okay.
They're playing Chicago June 4th.
Ooh.
I'm going.
All right.
That band is Newfound Glory. They put out a new album.
That's awesome.
I am so pumped. Like, I had chills all over my body. Pierce the Veil, Sleeping with Sirens. Yeah, Pierce the Veil's pretty good. I've heard a couple of Sleeping with Sirens songs. We're going back to like when I graduated from high school, late 90s, early 2000s, like Story of the Year, All Time Low, Bare Naked Ladies, like the dancing never goes up.
Who does?
On Thursday is my last day of school.
Thursday's your last day at school? That's awesome. High five. Yeah.
Like,
Slipknot is. I don't have negative impressions about people's likes of music. I personally do not like growlers.
I don't
And,
see.
and the two groups that I personally just can't stand are Slipknot and Pantera.
I do not see.
Daisy, ask me what two bands I love and
Yeah.
I enjoy when I see them.
Yeah.
Please enlighten me, Muse. Slipknot and Pantera? Oh my god, I didn't see that coming. Just like I didn't see Polchak's talking about his 2 cars at some point tonight. I didn't see that coming either.
But I mean, it's not bad. I mean, if you like them, all the power to you. They're popular because people like them. I'm not going to say bad about anything about anybody
Me
because
personally-
my likes are terrible, and just because I don't like what you like, that doesn't matter. No,
That sounds like a hot beat, though.
that is a hot beat. No, it's the
Like-
guy who's wearing like the
I think Mr. 31's leaving.
yeah. Take it off, Mr. 31. Have a good night, sir.
Have a good
Bye.
time. So, like, yeah, 17, 18, 19-year-old Danny did love Slipknot.
Mm-hmm.
I did. My liking twisted to Stone Sour, Corey Taylor's other band. And he actually sings in that band. He doesn't scream, yell,
Right.
growl.
That's enough.
No, not as much. Not with the latest stuff that they've came out with. The latest stuff you can tell has sincere meaning and such to it.
Boca. Is that?
But you do have to admit one of. I know you like. I know you like original Weird Al songs,
Right. Hey, Keith.
and not super up on the parodies. But you do. It is an original of his, but it's kind of like mixing in. The Angry White Kid polka has
Yeah.
got to be one of my favorites.
Yeah, the Angry White Kid polka is definitely very good. I thought
It
you had
happens,
that
bro.
one, but yeah, happens.
Yeah. Well, I got holding his hearing players and he didn't play any creatures or make any features.
Yeah.
That timely reinforcements definitely got you game too, though.
Yeah.
It was very timely.
Well, I was on turn 2, he plays it on turn 3. I didn't leave up the Atarka's command. I chose to play it.
Hey, Eidolon's not a bad answer. I mean, it did win you game 2. Or game 1. Game 1? Game 1. Game 1. But,
It's a card that wins me the match. Does he have the fairy counter?
I'm the burn player that doesn't side with Karn or with Eidolon.
She tried another one.
I don't think so, but this is one that has been on.
That sounds like the guy.
I just need this radio station.
Music choice.
It's music choice.
There's Metron and Urbana and Tropical.
Tropicales is the one that.
It's more islandy. It's
Right.
not like-
But Tropicales is where I keep hearing the buck 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 song, because they only have like 6 songs that they rotate through. So he comes up at least every hour. That is all the games for today. It was 3 and done. At least we got 3 matches in. And 3 different people, other than Jarvis played twice, but 3 different matches up on board. We did see Jarvis go through Bluetron, which was good. He beat John, or Eldrazi-tron.
Okay.
But
John did
Eldrazi Blue. Eldrazi Blue.
Well, John has a favorite.
They only had 10 minutes, too.
Huh?
The last match, they only had 10 minutes.
Last match was only 10 minutes.
John does favor the Eldrazi Titans in most decks.
He does. He does. I mean, I just wish he would stick to a way other than Tron to get them out, but that's it.
Show
He's stuck
and
on
tell's
Tron.
not legal. So.
No, it's not. No, it's not. But he did have the Drazinator, which I respected him playing.
What I really want to see John play is like a Unburial Rights, like Eldrazi deck. I want to see him do that.
So, like, what?
You would have to use the new Titans because all the old ones shuffle back in.
Well, I mean, you could do Trigger on the stack.
Oh, trigger on the Well, Unburial Rights is a sorcery, isn't it?
Well, you know what I mean, like the ability. There's cards that you can do that do that.
Right.
I'm not fully familiar with the deck,
Right.
That's probably the best one to
but
flashback.
there's ways that you can do it with the trigger on the stack. You can
Right.
get it back out there, and
But I mean, yeah. But yeah, we're done for tonight. I'll be back on Thursday. Thursday, we've got a super hot and spicy treat. Master Snell has entrusted me with his Jun deck, which I will deliver unto Jackie Yakel, which is why you've been bumped off the first match on Thursday, but we're going to get you on the second one.
I'm sure it'll happen. Her and I have played each other the past couple weeks. I'm sure it'll find its way in there.
That's okay. You may not catch us live, but if you want, you can always chime in on YouTube afterwards. Oh,
Subscribe
here's another. No.
on YouTube.
That's it. That's it.
Send it to me.
That's it. That is the song. That's the chicken song. Buck, 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 buck.
Thank you,
Buck,
Muse.
buck, buck. That's what the chickens say. Buck, buck, buck. What's that? Yeah, that's it. That's the song.
Thank you.
I like that one, and I also like it's like the secret to the philo is nuts and honey and philo.
He still hasn't made a video. I keep telling him to say it for a year or something.
Bye bye, Poltrax. We're gonna chime out here, and yep, 3 matches in and out. Jarvis wins twice. Huzzah for Jarvis. We got to see John lose. Sorry about that, John. We got to see AJ lost, but that's what he gets for point. Or no, AJ won. He was
won that?
he was the John deck that won. He played Chase and beat out not a mountain. But yep, we're done for tonight. I'll be back on Thursday,
That one.
same-ish bat time.
I don't have the other one.
Master Snell in tow, live via satellite. Got to see how Jackie handles the Jund. But until then, I've been Evil Bob, joined by the Danzy in the booth, and however you choose to live your life. I approve! Have a good night, have a great evening, and I'll see you on Thursday.